What's up fellow Bryan mains? In this video I'll be covering different ways to handle the notorious side wall splats, which are known for destroying combos and basically leading to you losing out on a lot of damage and Oki situations. Let's start with the basics to understand what a side wall splat essentially is and when it happens. The side wall splat happens when your opponent gets comboed against the wall, but instead of facing it directly with their back, their body is positioned in such a way that their shoulders are closer to the wall than their back. Now side wall splats don't let you go for the usual wall enders, because they simply don't work on them, and if you decide to still go for one, then you could end up in a very disadvantageous position, even though you could have gotten the upper hand here. And for that you will need to adjust with specific moves to avoid ending up in a disadvantageous position, either by extending the combo with tornadoes and other tools, or just by simply ending them with a specific side wall splat ender. One of the trickiest parts about these combos is that you won't have much time to react if you only start thinking about side wall splats once they happen. Instead, you'll need to anticipate the side wall splat by watching your opponent's body position during the combo. Pay attention to the direction their head is facing and whether their shoulders are leaning more towards the wall. These clues can help you predict if a side wall splat is coming up, and that's how you can be sure to be mostly in control of your wall splats. For this guide I'll be focusing mainly on side wall splats that happen mid combos, but I'll also try to differentiate between situations where you have resources available. First of all, I want to start with enders, because these are the most important. If you fail to execute these, you lose out on valuable Oki. There are various moves that can grant true taunt Oki. The key point here is that as long as your ender triggers a resplat on the last hit and has a relatively fast recovery, you're almost always guaranteed true taunt Oki. On these wall enders it's very important to always do a quick small forward dash before inputting the taunt, and always making sure to do a double or triple taunt to basically make your taunt homing. The best moves I found were either 1+2 without extensions or down to 3. 1+2 is the easier option because most of you already have the muscle memory for pressing 1+2 close to walls, and if you accidentally slip in a 1+1 you can still set up taunt options, but it's harder to make them work. Down to 3 is generally my favorite option because it deals good damage and still grants excellent Oki. With down to 3 you can end up with two different Oki situations though. Based on my analysis, if you do down to 3 immediately after the side wall splat, you'll almost always get the resplat. However, if you perform down to 3 a bit later, it may cause your opponent to tech roll from a distance, which unfortunately does not allow for a true taunt Oki. That's why anticipating the side wall splat is so important. When you get a side wall splat while still having resources, you should always take advantage of your tornado moves first. This helps ensure you have enough time to adapt to the situation and maintain control over the combo. There are plenty of ways to make use of your resources, like trying to trigger multiple resplats with 1-4, but these are generally very risky. Even with hundreds of hours in practice mode, you'll never be 100% consistent with these due to the unpredictability of side walls. That's why I won't go in detail here on how I extend my side wall splat combos with each and every resource. I'll instead focus on the most important points to keep in mind. For tornado I like to use either jet upper, up forward 3+4 or quarter circle forward 2-4. The other tornado moves generally aren't as consistent. For example, quarter circle back 1 tornado sometimes gets interrupted by the side wall. Down 3+4 2 won't connect after a certain number of hits, and 3-3-2 the last hit often doesn't register. If you genuinely prefer to avoid freestyle routes and want to keep it as safe as possible, I'd recommend simply using quarter circle forward 2-4 to gain snake eyes, then doing a sidestep to face the wall and finishing the combo with down to 3 to gain taunt Oki. There are two more things I want to mention about side wall splats that I think are very important for you all to know. First is the usage of down back 1+2 heat dash, which has become easier to connect since it was patched to consistently hit the opponent mid combo. It's incredibly effective for extending combos from a side wall by adjusting the axis slightly away from the wall. This adjustment can allow you to reach the opposite wall, giving you a normal wall splat and a full wall ender combo. To change the axis like this, make sure to dash in deeply and wait a bit until you see the opponent starting to fall off the wall. If you don't wait, the axis won't shift properly and the combo will behave almost like any other hit engage in this situation. The second point is about triggering stage hazards at the side wall. For this, forward throw 2 is generally your best option, as other moves have been less consistent in my experience. I hope I've given some of you helpful insights on optimizing sidewall combo damage and Oki situations. Even if you can't perform a taunt jet upper, a simple taunt 1-4 will still give you significant advantage compared to simply dropping the combo. Alright guys, have a good one.